Hi, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator from Kansas, coming to you a few minutes late today. We are going to work on week 2 fruit basket bundle card. So this is what we'll be making here in a minute. I apologize for being late. I could not find things. That's what happens when you clean up your space and put things where they're supposed to be. I couldn't find my note cards, and then I couldn't find the gold thread we need for this project. But I think maybe I have everything out. I just realized I don't have my stamps out. And I'm not sure I know where those are. But we'll find them. So don't never fear. And we will just get right to making this card, the second card in the fruit basket bundle online February class set. Okay, there's my note card. Yeah, I didn't go through things like I should have. Let me see if I can find my stamp set. Yes, right here. I did exactly put everything back where it's supposed to go. I mean, I did, but then I got it out for something else and didn't put it away. So, that was not good. Okay, we are using, once again, the Tutti-frutti note cards that are a celebration level 1 item. So if you spend $50 before tax and shipping, you will earn, or you will earn a level 1 item. And you can choose the Tutti-frutti note card set. There are 16 of these cards with matching envelopes, and when these are folded, they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and they're decorated on the outside and then blank on the inside, so you can write a note, put a stamp, whatever you want to do on the inside. I actually just placed an order that qualified me for another level 1 celebration item, and the note cards is what I chose. And I did not get my things cut out with the Big Shot before class today. So we are going to do that right now. Get out my Big Shot. I think I'm going to want to use the precision die cut base with this one. So I'll put this back. Dropping things back there, which is not going to help me keep it clean of this area very much. And we will be using the Eastern Medallions Thinlits with the Tutti-frutti Designer Series paper to make a really cool element for the front. And I feel like this card that we're making today could be possibly a good Valentine card. So if you are playing along, then you will have a Valentine to give someone. sorry about not being quite so ready ahead of time this week, but it's been a little crazy around here. I say that every week. Mostly because it's true every single week. Okay. If you have the Eastern Thinlits, you get to choose whichever medallions you want to put out there. Now, I know for a fact I got this designer series paper ready, but where did I put it? That's a whole question in and of itself. Oh, there it is. We are using the berries for this card, and the first thing we will use are the strawberries and blueberries. And I'm going to put my medallion on there and then put the cutting plate on top, and we're going to send it through more than once. Now, while I have the big shot out, go ahead and cut out the other piece before we get out the die brush and get that out of there. This one has raspberries. And I don't know, somebody tell me, are those raspberry leaves or are those mint leaves? I have no idea. And since this is more of a framelit type piece that we're cutting out, we shouldn't need to run it through a bunch of times, because there it is. It just popped right out of there. I'm going to get the scraps in my trash. And get the big shot put away for now. If you don't have one of these of your own, you can come play with it in class. Come play with mine and decide if it's something that you think you need to have in your house. It's amazing. I would never be able to cut even basic shapes without one. So I'm pretty pleased with mine. Now I'm going to try to get out the die brush, and we are going to use it to get this medallion, all of its little pieces, out of this paper. Didn't take very long. That's what happens when you run it through your big shot more than once. It does a better job of cutting through your image. So it's really a whole lot easier to get out of the paper, out of the die. Alright, and then I will be using my scissors to just snip this medallion right out of this Designer Series paper. Missed a couple the first time around, so I'll get those. And then I will be making little strips out of the lemon lime twist. And I had wait out they fell out. Lemon lime twist, Night of Navy, and this time around, I think I'm gonna use the Tranquil Tide. But before I cut the strips up, this is where I put the sentiment. And I used real red because that is one of the ink spots that's in the Tutti-frutti ink bundle that's available. Let me see. I grabbed Hello Friend. You could actually do any sentiment you want. You could make this a birthday card. You could say we make a great pair, although that's not nearly as funny without pairs. So you might have to stamp a couple pairs. You are the sweetest if your strip of paper is wide enough. But I'm going to do Hello Friend again. And I'm going to lay it on my grid paper. It's sticking to me. Because it is 2 words. So I will lay them right beside each other. And then I'm going to pick them up with my clear block. Okay. And then I'm just going to get some real red ink on that. Stamp about right there. Perfect. And then I will begin cutting my strips. Get my trimmer out. I didn't do a lot of the prep work that I usually do, but I think that's gonna be okay, because this way you get to see all of the little steps. And I'm gonna make sure that's lined up straight. Actually, maybe right there. Close it. Cut off the end. All right. leave that one alone. And I'm just going to take about a 1/2 inch off the blue one, off the Night of Navy. And then we're going to start putting this card together. The first thing we do is glue down the medallion with the strawberries and blueberries. And then I will just sort of place my strips on here and see how I want them before I glue them down. I think I want the Tranquil tied down first in the middle. Yeah. There is no rhyme, no reason, no pattern I'm following. I am just using my head and what I think looks good. So every single person's card is going to have their own personal touch. Because even if you try to follow this pattern exactly, it will not be exactly the same. All right. So there are those. And then I will be attaching the raspberry paper to the front with dimensionals and tossing some gold thread behind it before I go ahead and get that on there. So there are my dimensionals. Grab my scissors and my gold thread. And I'm going to just start there. I don't have measurements for you. I just have, you cut as much of it as you think you want to use. You use as little or as much of it as you want. Started it in the middle, and I'm just tossing it a little bit, using the dimensionals to kind of hold the thread as I go from side to side and around each of the 4 sides. And again, there is no pattern, there is no rhyme or reason to this. You just do whatever feels right to you. That's one of my favorite things about making these cards, is that there is never really a right or wrong way to do things. There's just a new way that's never been tried before. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And I try really hard not to do experiments when I'm live on with you. But occasionally I do. Not right now. Okay, there is my tassel thread, and I'm trying to figure out which way I want it. I'm thinking this is the way. So, there we have it. There is today's card. And I put Hello Friend on this one again. I am not going to stamp on the inside right now. I will do that when I decide where I'm going to send this. But you will see on the sample that I did stamp just a little strawberry there in the corner. So it could be a thank you, it could be a birthday card, it could be, I'm thinking of you. Excuse me, I'm thinking of you. And that is our card for today. Come back next week when we will be doing card number 3, which happens to be some pineapples. So come on back with the pineapples. I'm going to look at you for a second. I did want to let you know about some of the great things going on right now. Unfortunately, the Fast Fuse sale that opened with Stampin' Up! This morning is already over. The inventory that was set aside for that sale has sold out pretty quickly. But I wanted to let you know that I personally have a drawing that will be happening in honor of the Olympics. So from today, which is when some of the events start happening, until Sunday, February 25th, I believe, you have a chance to enter a drawing for the stamp set, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one that has trophies and medals and world's greatest everything. It reminded me very much of the Olympics. And so it is on its way to my house, but I don't have it yet. You can earn chances to win that prize. You win 1 ticket for every $10 spent during this 2-week period. And you also win, I believe it's 1 or 2 tickets for booking a party, 5 tickets if the party closes during that time frame, and 15 tickets if you join my team. Because that's the equivalent of 1 ticket per every $10 of product you will get in your starter kit. Now, the cost for you is only $99 plus tax, free shipping. But you will get $125 of product of your choice, whatever it is you want. And then during the celebration, you also get an extra 2 free stamp sets, whatever you want, your choice. So you have chances to enter to win a stamp set right now, in addition to the fact that it's currently celebration and will be until the end of March. And so you have the opportunity to earn some free celebration products. And if you have any questions about how to do that, let me know. Just shoot me a message. Let me know what kind of questions you have. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Once this is on YouTube, there should be a little subscribe now button right there. And I will be shutting down for a few minutes while I clean up for what we just created. And then I will be heading over to Tiffany's Stampin' Up! Party to do an Facebook Live to answer any questions that show up there, and also to do some show and tell of some celebration items. things. So if you want to head over to that party and you want an invite so you can, make sure you let me know. And I will see you then. Bye.